I'm pretty sure this is the first thing that comes to your mind when anyone mentions the Indian Parliament. While we may not be the best at managing pollution, fighting against hunger, or even embracing our enemies, hope still exists. How, you may ask? Let me clarify. Hi, I'm Neha and welcome to this week's episode of What the Fact is Going On, a weekly show where we debunk stories that have been doing the rounds in India. The 17th session of the Indian Parliament, which has led to the passing of some of the most crucial bills, like the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Bill and the National Medical Commission Bill, is now been termed as the most productive parliament in the last 67 years. Or in other words, the current Indian Parliament is the most productive parliament in the history of Indian politics. But before we go any further, what do you think? Is this true or false? Well, here's what Mumbai had to say about this.
Yeah, definitely true.
It's true. हो सकता है क्योंकि उन्होंने जिस तरह से बोला है कि they will do something. Let's see.
I think it's true because now the parliament is very strong. So like the example of talaq, example of many animals, like people hurt animal like anything, फिर वो तलाक वाला सीन, तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें उसमें गवर्नमेंट ने बहुत ज़्यादा टेक्नोलॉजी आगे ले ली है, तो ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जिसमें पार्लियामेंट ने बहुत अच्छे डिसीजन लिए हैं जो फेवर में भी अच्छा है और गलत चीज़ों को गलत है और अच्छी चीज़ों को अच्छा है, तो दिस इज़ लाइक वेरी गुड.
False, because it was not the parliament, right parliament.
I think false. No, I don't think so. No. There's so much wrong things going out. If it was successful, it would have been better than by now.
So this claim is, wait for it, true. In fact, this statement was even ratified by Lok Sabha's very own speaker, Om Birla. Here are a few quick stats for you. This parliament has passed around 36 bills, has had a 135% increase in the amount of working hours put in, and even an increase in the average questions answered from 3.6 to 7.6. Looks like our parliament has finally woken up, and maybe अच्छे दिन actually आ जाएंगे. And why not? If this level of productivity actually continues. Many media houses were quick to praise the parliament, even calling it the best parliament in the last 20 years. Here's a quick growth chart to show you how the parliament has grown over a few years. As you can see, the current government has shown a 135% increase in the amount of hours put in as work. While in 2010, we could assume that the parliament was at its lazy best. Here is another graph if the first one didn't make much sense. Let me point out to you that 2010, 2012, 2015 and 2018 sessions had literally 0 bills passed. Whereas 2019 surges through the roof with 28 bills passed initially and 36 bills passed overall. But like every other story, this has a flip side as well. While this does bring in a reason to celebrate, it begs the question, how productive was this session really? And while the parliament did put in a certain amount of hours into discussing bills, that was about it. A lot of controversial bills could have or should have been passed further for scrutiny, but that didn't seem to have happened either. In fact, some of the more controversial bills passed, like the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Bill, was only discussed in the parliament for 4.18 hours, which is very less compared to how much was actually put at stake regarding this bill.
हाँ, क्योंकि अभी मोस्ट ऑफ दी बिल्स पास हुए, अच्छे बिल्स पास हुए और अभी यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड का भी चल रहा है, शायद दिसंबर में हो सकता है, मालूम नहीं, लेकिन चल रहा है. जैसे मोस्ट ऑफ दी बिल्स जो पार्लियामेंट में हो रहे, तो ये इस साल का ये पार्लियामेंट सेशन बहुत अच्छा है, मतलब प्रोडक्टिव है.
मेरे को कुछ थॉट नहीं है पार्लियामेंट को लेकर, क्योंकि पार्लियामेंट पे कुछ प्रेडिक्ट नहीं कर सकते. रात को होता है कि शिवसेना सीएम बनेगी और सुबह बीजेपी बनती है, तो पार्लियामेंट पे कोई प्रेडिक्ट नहीं करना चाहिए.
That's nice, but productivity is not seen yet.
So now all of this makes us think that although the parliament put in maximum effort, was it to the actual gain of the nation? Or in other words, was the parliamentary session more productive qualitatively or quantitatively? And while we do applaud the efforts of the Parliament, we would like to collectively see the fruits of the efforts put in. And maybe then we'd be able to assess if the Parliament was actually productive or if this is just another political stint. That's all we have for in today's show. I'm Neha Nambiar. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to stay up to date with what the fact is going on in India. Goodbye.